Ages
Never end.
resist. Agents of the resistance, listen.
That carbon fiber though. So I feel like I'm wearing like a jacket from like the Red Baron days. I got like this freaking hood. Reminds me of like Snoopy. But here's my 2015 Ducati Diavel Carbon Edition. Little bit differences from the dark is going to be obviously the carbon fiber, most noticeably, and then the Marchesini rims. Before I put any miles on this bike, I had to put on the woodcraft rear sets, specifically because I have to have GP shift because I'm a bitch like that. So I had to have a GP shift. So yep. So I bought this brand new. It had, I think, maybe 16 miles on it from test rides and shit like that. So still brand new. I'm breaking her in. And she's so quiet. Like I could whisper right now. The exhaust is so quiet. So I picked it up from the dealership with 16 miles on it, and I'm currently at 163 miles, so not too bad. I'm still breaking her in, obviously. Ducati has highly and most severely mentioned that you need to go through a very nice break-in period. It's so shaky in the low RPMs though, it hates it. So after looking at the owner's manual, it said not to exceed 6,000 RPMs, which doesn't seem very much, but this thing fucking squats and gets it. And, and I'm only in urban mode. Holy shit. So I'm trying to be a very good boy and break this in correctly. My other 3 motorcycles I've had, I did hard break-ins on them, and you know, they're obviously still fine, but this one was the only one that said I will void my warranty if I don't break it in properly. So first initial impressions of the Ducati Diavel. Well, fuck, I've wanted this goddamn bike for 3 years now. This is no shit my dream bike. And I fucking swear to God, if I eat shit right here, I'm gonna cry. Six. So I mean, yeah, you can rev into the RPM range. I have found something very interesting. There's a false fucking neutral in 5th gear. Crazy shit. It's like I'll be shifting in, and if I bit shift it into 6, it's like it's not even there. I'll false neutral it. So weird. But I mean, initial impressions, the bike is fantastic. I'll probably have further inputs and stuff like that as time goes on about this bike, especially with more routine maintenance comes along. But from the get-go, this bike is fantastic out the box. I've put it into sport mode twice, and I can guarantee that it would give my R1 a run for its money. This thing is absolutely insane for acceleration. But since I'm being a good boy, I'm leaving it in urban mode until I'm done with my break-in period, which should be in about 3 days. Depending on how soon I can get my happy ass off of work. Some new things from me, from coming from a sport bike. This thing has more gadgets and electronics than anything. This thing has more fucking apps than my iPhone. There's just so much stuff that I can play with to keep my mind off the road. Like this bitch. Jesus Christ, take care of your shit. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is no doubt the baddest bike out there. Gotta be. Oh my god. It's like if you want to just cruise, you can cruise. If you want to rip shit and go fast, you can rip shit and go fast. This bike will do it. And there's people that are taking this thing to track days. Insane. Just because like this thing has like such a low center of gravity and massive amounts of torque, it's just like it's phenomenal. Like I swear this has better like nimble ability. Fuck it. I'll look it up in a goddamn dictionary later. But it's fucking nimble. Some of the things that I keep messing up with is like the turns. Like it's like barely touch and it's going. But like every time I'll do it, I'll accidentally press this lever that we've got that's up here, and that's to flash my high beams. So I guess while I'm passing people, I'm flashing them at the exact same time without even knowing it. But like I have like my normal odometer. I've got the odometer at 168. I can switch it to trip 1, which I usually have set for the fuel, like when I last filled up. And then trip 2, which is 167.3, I haven't changed. I'm going to use that for like my services and when I want to change my oil and stuff like that, just so I can keep an eye on that. It's got a fuel gauge. I love that. It tells me which mode I'm in. It tells me the traction control. I can even switch between like fuel consumption. I can switch between my range on when my fuel's gonna be out, average speed, trip time. I mean, this thing's got it on it. It's even got outside air temperature. Jesus, 80 degrees. It's fucking gorgeous. Something that I'm not used to is the hydraulic clutch. Absolutely smooth. Holy crap. So smooth. Brakes, I mean, it's going to be hydraulic regardless. And I guess a nice change of pace from what I'm used to is actually having mirrors to where I can see behind me completely. I'm not really used to that. I don't know how long they're gonna stay on, but you know they're there regardless. I might switch to bar end mirrors. We'll see. I love the fact that every single rider review of this, or like from Bike World and stuff like that, most noticeably, because like when you search Ducati Diavel and you happen to type in a year or whatever, even if you don't, it'll bring up the Bike World sponsored by Bridgestone video right on top. I think that might just be a preset for me because I've searched it so many times that it's just automatically up there regardless. But the review is solid. I love that everything that they said about this bike is exact. Even the seat. The seat's comfortable. Very comfortable. Especially coming from an R1. But after an hour and a half, my ass hurts. Regardless. No matter what I do, my butt's gonna hurt after an hour and a half. Insane. And it's just like to the T that review is on point. Another thing that I've noticed, it is extremely hard keeping this thing at or below speed limit. I'm already over speed limit. So is this guy. But I'm just saying, it is freaking hard to stay under the speed limit with this thing. And I'm still in urban mode, so I'll be surprised at how well that bumpy. Once the suspension breaks, then I'll be tuning that thing in.